So, I was talking to my wife this morning and telling her about something that I read on Twitter last night. And it was a man's account, a Jewish man, his account of being in an Uber with a Muslim driver. And he got on his phone and spoke a couple words in Hebrew to somebody. And the driver just lost it and kicked him out of the car on the highway. Now, here's the thing. I know that there are people out there like that. I know that there are people who are so steeped in their ideology that they are willing to eschew all normal behaviors in favor of their ideology. That said, my wife is an extremely normal person. She doesn't follow any ideology. So, of course, she had questions. She didn't understand how this was possible. So she and I had a discussion. We talked for probably a half hour on this subject, maybe even longer. And it ranged. It went through how people have their ideologies these days. And I came to realize that ideologies are not in any sense normal, but they are being normalized here in the United States, both on the left and on the right. See, if you think Donald Trump is infallible, that's an ideology. That's a problem because he does make mistakes. He is an ass. He's doing what's right for the country. He's doing the right thing. And he certainly did help negotiations happen with North Korea. And he does deserve the credit for that. But to treat him as though he's some sort of, God figure, well, that's going a little too far. Then again, there are people who think that he can't possibly do anything right. A common thing that people love to do that shows their ideology is the whole grab 'em by the pussy thing. He actually said, when you are rich and famous, women will let you do whatever you want to them, and they'll be happy with it. They'll let you do anything. They'll let you grab them by the pussy. Now, leftists, of course, like to just say, Donald Trump said that he goes around grabbing random women by the pussy. Well, that's not what he said. And on the left, this situation could be seen way differently. Let's say a leftist woman was faced with David Hogg. A young, virile, fit young man who fits her ideology. She'd probably let him do whatever he wants. She'd probably let him grab her by the pussy. But he fits her ideology, and so that's why it would happen. That's not okay. It's not okay on either side. So, I guess what I'm getting at is this. My wife doesn't understand how people can think this way. And it's funny, I was telling her how there are people out there on Twitter that say that Trump looked at them and literally raped them through looking at them. And she's like, well, they probably just don't know. And I told her, actually, they do know. They do know the definition. In 2009, however, dictionaries began changing definitions. If you look in Webster's dictionary, and I told my wife this, I explained to her that they've changed the definition of literally to also mean figuratively. And most people in the middle don't know anything about that. Out of 320 million Americans in this country, 315 million, they don't know that literally now means figuratively in Webster's dictionary. Please go look it up. It's true. They don't know that. 5 million out of 320 million people do know that literally has been changed to mean figuratively in Webster's dictionary. Far leftists know, and they use it to great effect. When I showed this to my wife this morning, she was flabbergasted. She couldn't get why they would have changed the meaning of literally to mean figuratively. That doesn't make any sense to her. That doesn't make any sense to most of the population of the country. Just like pale skin, heavy red lips, a lot of eye makeup, cat eye glasses, and teal hair doesn't look like a walking caricature of social justice to 315 million people in this country. But to the 5 million in the know, it looks like walking social justice. I've come to realize in a very stark sense that you who are watching this video, we're probably not the majority. We are certainly not in the center. Those who are in the center, they don't know about all this crap. They don't know about the Krasenstein brothers misrepresenting Trump. They don't know about the people who are just frothing at the mouth at any chance to attack the other side. They don't know about the fact that if you walk on a college campus wearing a Trump shirt, you're probably going to come out with a bloody nose. They don't know that. 90% of America doesn't know that. And they shouldn't. And we shouldn't. And you shouldn't. Things need to get back to normal. Ideologies need to disappear. Ideologues need to be pushed under. Barack Obama's 8 years in office allowed ideologues to I don't know, what is the word? To grow unfettered. That was a stupid pause. I apologize. Donald Trump coming into office was simply proof of what the previous 8 years had done to and for ideologues. If Hillary had been elected president, I believe that things would not have changed much, except that ideologues would have been able to quietly not fluctuate. I apologize. Lack of sleep. It's killing me. Making me unable to think. Proliferate. They would have been able to proliferate quietly and under the radar. This thing that's happening right now, with people just coming out, both barrels blazing, this is what needed to happen. Donald Trump being elected to the presidency has made people come out into the open rather than remain hidden. And we're seeing exactly what is inside certain groups of people. Rather than be polite to them, like the center is apt to do, it's time to push them down, whether they are on the left or the right. Those MAGA people who are just insane about it, who think that Trump is a God figure, they need to be pushed down. The people who think that Trump is the devil and that he really does physically go and grab pussies of random women, they need to be pushed down. People like Mattress Girl, people like anyone who would go out and shoot up a school, and anyone who would go out and use a school shooting as a way to push politics, they need to be pushed down. It's time for centrists to come back and take everything. It's time for conservative values, which are neither right nor left, to come back into the front. It's okay to be liberal, and it's okay to be conservative, and it's okay to be a mixture of both. It is not okay, however, to be only one or the other. Mosquito. Guys, this is going pretty long. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. Please like and share this. Please subscribe to this channel and check me out on BitChute. I'm under Mickey_M over there. I'm going to let this one go out there. Goodbye.